Jake, what is this game and this day? What does it mean for Birmingham? What does it mean for you?
Well, it means a lot. Growing up in this state, baseball history is taught, and you can't deny it. When you talk about Willie Mays being from down the road, Hank Aaron being from the state, Satchel Paige, and then all of them came through this beautiful place and made their name here. Big hats off to Major League Baseball for recognizing that. Look, the work that's been done around this game, guys, for the sustainability, for these stories to continue to be told for years to come. Just a special day and honor to be a part of it.
You talk about the stories. When we learned of Willie Mays' passing, we heard about the story, and we had kind of heard about this before. He was the best player in the game, and kids would knock on his window and ask, can you come out and play stickball? Then he would buy these kids ice cream. Just a larger than life figure. I just think about, obviously the world is different and the game is different. Think about that happening today. It just grew his legend, really.
Well, and that's the way he continued to be. And D-Row knows this. There was nothing like becoming a giant. Any team that you played for.
It actually didn't make sense when you'd walk into a clubhouse and see him sitting there.
Well, there's just, Lauren, too, because in Roflo, you've been around a lot of powerful presences. When somebody walks in the room and their presence alone just speaks magnitudes and commands the respect and reverence of everybody in the room. Willie had that at the utmost. I mean, this is so you put on a giant uniform and get to walk in that clubhouse, and Willie's sitting in there, with Mike Murphy and willing to talk, wanting to talk to you. All you had to do was just go in there and talk the game, talk life. And you're right, a larger-than-life character on and off the field, full of personality. The giving back never stopped down to his last days.
Yeah, I think for me, the San Francisco Giants do it better than any organization I ever played for, like honoring their former players. I can remember Boch would call off BP. He'd be like, guys, let's not hit today. Willie Mays wants to speak to you. Willie McCovey wants to speak to you. Orlando Cepeda wants to talk to you. Those are the special moments that I remember, not so much the taking of the BP, but just being in the same room. I remember one spring training we had Willie Mays and Muhammad Ali sitting next to each other talking, and I was like, this is out-of-body experience.
Wait, what do you ask them in those moments?
Nothing. You just listen.
They just want to kind of just listen. There's not a good question.
Right. Hey, Jake, both you and D-Row wore that Giants uniform, and D-Row talks about how the team and organization really connects the generations across, from playing. They're going to have a watch party tonight of this game for fans at Oracle Field. And I just can't imagine what that is going to be. I know that even though they're thousands of miles away from this game, I can't imagine how emotional that's going to be.
Well, I look at death a little different than a lot of people may view it, and I think Willie's spirit is going to be all over Oracle Park. I know it is here. You can already feel it. It's so sad that we lost him. But to get a chance just to really honor it.
Something beautiful about it.
Oh, man,
too.
for it to go, if this would have happened a week or so ago, it would have just kind of come and gone in the news of passing. For us to get to celebrate, to talk about it, national attention and exposure on this for days, it just means the world to our sport. It means the world to my home state. And again, for what is going to be built on this years to come, for Major League Baseball is a beautiful thing.
And last week we learned that stats from the Negro Leagues were officially incorporated into Major League Baseball, the record books. Many of those stats happened right here. You played on this field. Tell me about it.
Well, look, I played for the Savannah Bananas for the opportunity. I love the Bananas, and I shouldn't say
to
like
be
that,
here.
To play on this field. Satchel Paige is from my hometown. I grew up hearing stories of how great this man was. And so, look, to come back on this field with my family, to tell my kids who I'm walking off to right here, the story of Rickwood Field, of Satchel Paige, to show videos of Satchel Paige sitting his infielders down. And this has been the Mecca in Alabama. This is the oldest living ballpark that we have. The Ghosts live here. Playing on this field is special. These boys are already talking to a couple of the guys tonight. They feel it. It's going to create a special moment for more players to come.
Yeah, it's funny. We were in London, and it's like you want to say it's a business trip, but most of the players understood it was a growing the game experience. I think tonight, man.
It's a personal experience.
Oh, yeah. This one's for Willie. This one's for all the former Negro League players in the building. You're going to see guys really put out tonight.
Absolutely you are. And let's talk about, for a second, the Negro League stats coming on board. And you talk about Josh Gibson being talked about and needing to be talked about as the greatest player who ever played. And then to talk about the integration. When it was integrated and Jackie broke the color barrier, the best players and MVP candidates, Willie Mays, were all coming out of, not all, but lots of them were coming out of the Negro League. It shows you the talent level, and for these guys to now be recognized, in the right spot is very meaningful for me growing the game.